Hi, my name is Danielle, and this is a video on cost behavior and analysis for Management Accounting 1. I will be providing a brief summary of fixed, variable, and mixed costs, followed by some example problems using the high-low method. The total dollar amount of variable cost is proportional to the activity level and varies in direct relation to the level of activity. This means that if the activity level doubles, the total dollar amount of the variable cost also doubles. However, variable cost per unit remains the same over wide ranges of activity. For example, if you pay 10 cents per gigabyte of data and you use 100 gigabytes, then the cost is 100 times 10 cents, which is $10. Now, if you use 200 gigabytes of data, the cost is now 200 times 10 cents, which is $20. Doubling the data usage has doubled the total cost, but the cost per unit has stayed the same. Fixed costs remain constant in total even when the activity level changes. However, the average fixed cost per unit changes as the activity level changes. For example, suppose your rate plan charges you $50 per month for your phone, irrespective of how much data you actually use. Therefore, if you use 100 gigabytes of data, the fixed cost per unit is $50 divided by 100 gigabytes, totaling 50 cents per gigabyte. However, if you use 200 gigabytes of data, the fixed cost per unit is $50 divided by 200 gigabytes, totaling 25 cents per gigabyte. The fixed cost of $50 stays the same, while the cost per unit changes as the activity level changes. Mixed costs have both fixed and variable cost elements and can be expressed by the formula y equals A plus bx, where A is total fixed cost, B is variable cost per unit, and x is the activity level. This equation makes it easy to calculate what the total mixed costs would be for any given level of activity. The high-low method is a way of separating a mixed cost into the fixed and variable cost components. Variable cost is the change in cost divided by the change in activity. Then fixed cost can be determined by subtracting the variable cost element from total cost. We will now complete an example problem using the high-low method. The data below have been taken from the cost records of the Halifax General Hospital. The data relate to the cost of admitting patients at various levels of patient activity. Using the high-low method, we will estimate the fixed cost of admitting patients per month and the variable cost of admissions per patient. We need to look through activity levels for each month to find the month with the highest activity level and the month with the lowest. In this example, the month with the highest activity level is June, with 3,800 patients admitted, and the lowest activity level is in November, with 2,200 patients admitted. Next, we find the costs associated with those months. For June, the cost was $30,400, while for November, the costs were $25,600. Variable cost is the change in cost divided by the change in activity. The change in cost is the cost in the month with the highest activity minus the cost in the month with the lowest activity. The change in activity is the activity level in the highest activity month less the activity level in the lowest activity month. The cost for the highest month was $30,400 and the cost for the lowest month was $25,600. Therefore, the change in cost is equal to $30,400 minus the $25,600, which is $4,800. The change in activity from the highest month to the lowest month is then $3,800 minus $2,200, which is $1,600. Therefore, variable cost is the change in cost of $4,800 divided by the change in activity of $1,600, which is $3 per patient. Fixed cost is total cost less the variable cost element. Pick the amounts from either the highest activity month or the lowest activity month, but ensure you use the activity level and costs from only one month. Here we will use the values from June, the highest activity month. Total cost for June was $30,400. The variable cost element is the variable cost per unit multiplied by the number of units. The variable cost per unit, as we just calculated, is $3 multiplied by the number of units for June, which is 3,800, making fixed cost equal to $19,000. I hope this example has helped you understand mixed costs and the high-low method. Thanks for watching.